fluctuations in the gravitational
field. So this is Agents of Mayhem. It is made by Volition Software, which is the same guys that did the Saints Row games. And you can see that this game uses a lot of the same symbolism from Saints of Row, especially the fleur-de-lis and the color purples all over the place. Basically, it's a third-person shooter, and it has some open-world elements, but mainly you go missions to missions and can go back to the Ark whenever you want to. The hook is you have 3 different agents you can switch between at a time while you're out doing missions, and if you want to change some of those agents out, you have to go back to your Ark base. Each of the agents has like a certain offensive ability or gun, then they have different mobility options, and then they have a third thing, which sometimes is more offensive options, sometimes it's defensive, sometimes it's support. And then within each of those slots, as you upgrade the agents and level them up, you can choose different weapons. Like for instance, this soldier that I'm using right now, she can have a burst rifle or a full auto or a grenade rifle, and she has different mobility stuff, and I think she also has like a support option to kind of tank more damage. So it's kind of cool, although honestly I miss the customization options that Saints Row had. I really like being able to make my own character, and hopefully if they make an Agents of Mayhem 2, they'll actually let you either make your own agents or at least customize them more than just picking different abilities for each of their main 3 slots, and maybe they'll add a more in-depth gear system without just making randomized loot. Anyway, the other thing I like is that this game maintains Volition's sense of humor in a lot of ways, and they also kind of added it, like you saw in the intro, and you'll see some other stuff later in this video, kind of an element of like Saturday morning action cartoons from late 80s, early 90s, and I thought that was kind of cool, and it sort of feels unique. This character I just switched to here, this is Hardtack. Early on, he's kind of a tank with a short-range shotgun, and he gets some cool moves later to use mines as utility stuff, and after he boosts around, he gets a defensive charge. I had a lot of fun with him, and I actually unlocked the outfit he's wearing. He's supposed to be Captain Steubing from that show, Fantasy Island or Love Ship, something, wherever the hell Captain Steubing's from. That's one of the things. Also, I'd unlocked his outfit for that other soldier you saw, where she's all covered in mud.
Whoa! Is that the Cermak Comet?
Attention, Mayhem! Tickets are still available for tonight's double billing of the Rod Stone direct-to-video classics, Crime Fighters and Crime Fighters 2 Fight Crimers. See me for more details.
Welcome to Mayhem, Agent. You now stand on the front lines in the global war against the forces of evil. A war that began on a day none of us will ever forget.
Reports of multiple terrorist attacks,
both civilian and military targets.
Precipitando fuego. Tengan cuidado.
On the 30th of October, a terrorist army appeared out of nowhere, shattering the global power structure in one fell swoop. No one had ever seen anything like them before. Teleportation technology instantly placed them where they could do the most harm. Their weapons and vehicles, powered by dark matter, overwhelmed all conventional forces. They wiped out entire armies and somehow eliminated every nuclear weapon on Earth. The death toll was in the millions, from Moscow to Seoul to poor, doomed Sydney. The devastation reached every corner of the globe. Only in the aftermath did we learn the destructive power of Legion, the private army of a man known only as the Morning Star. The remnants of the world's militaries retreated to their homelands. It seemed no one could stop the Morning Star's rise. Fortunately, Ultor Corporation enlisted the one person capable of striking back at Legion on their own ruthless terms.
Stop. I can't take any more.
What? This is what you asked for.
No, Friday. I wanted instructional content, not melodrama, not this terror porn. Who selected this content anyway?
Our psych department geared it for maximum appeal to the borderline types you tend to recruit. New agents need to feel they've joined their kind of crusade, and they need a leader they can believe in.
Please, they all know I used to work for the Morning Star. At best with me, it is a case of bad versus evil. Anyway, they're not in this fight for my sake. They all have their own reasons for saving the world.
The gun will be much bigger.
Adios, Hammersmith.
Time to shut this whole thing down.
Dark rings circle Uranus, and 27 moons call Uranus their home.
Yeah! We turned off the tractor beam.
Brilliant work. Now to figure out why Legion wants that comet so badly.
Don't be so pleased with yourselves, Mayhem. You are not going to like Plan B.
Never put off today what you can... Shit. That's not how I go. Put off tomorrow what you can... Oh, hell. Hold on. Let me check my notes.
There is something to be said for classic sculpture. So stoic, so cold, yet so eternal. Relics certainly knows what suits my tastes.
Xbox One X, $499.